Hi friends, it has been a while since I uploaded my last video and I promise it will not repeat again. So without any ado, let's introduce you to my new way of presenting my YouTube videos, that is by uploading scientific facts, scientific topics and in-depth knowledge about them. So before going into the video, please make sure that you like the video, share the video and subscribe my channel. Unlike our great great ancestors who lived in the age before the era of electricity, they used fire as the source of light, bullock and animal carts as vehicle source, and handmade wind sources for getting air, etc. Let us fast forward to this era, where we have many advanced features based on electricity, such as when we turn or flip a switch, it can banish darkness and fill an area with brightness. It can also spread coolness, and it can also punch your boredom and entertain you in the form of TV, AC, bulb and many other electronic appliances. And the credit goes to Mr. Nikola Tesla, a great scientist who pioneered alternating current in the year 1882 while on a walk, coming with an idea to make a brushless alternating current motor and sketching its design on the sandy area nearby. Now coming to the point, what is alternating current, how they represent it, how it is generated and transformed are the topics which we are gonna learn in this video. So guys, in general, alternating current is the current form which changes its magnitude or value periodically with time, and this form of current also changes its polarity or the direction of flow with time. Friends, you might have a doubt here. When I am saying about current or talking about current, why am I using these graphs here? This graphical representation is basically known as a waveform. A waveform is just a graphical representation of changing current or voltage which is placed in the y-axis of the graph with respect to the time which is placed in the x-axis of the graph. A waveform basically consists of negative half cycle and positive half cycle as shown in the figure. If the current flows in one direction in the positive half cycle, then the current in the negative half cycle will flow in another direction that is exactly opposite to that of the current flow in the positive half cycle. And these two cycles combine to form a cycle which is shown in the figure. There are different types of alternating current waveforms such as the sine wave, the complex wave, the triangular wave and the square wave as shown in the figure, etc. So guys, we have known what is alternating current at glance, but when we have to generate alternating current, how we basically do it? The basic way of generating AC is using AC generators. The alternating current generators are those devices which generate alternating current. So friends, let us see how the alternating current generator works. An AC generator is a device which converts the given mechanical energy to electrical energy in the alternating current form. The AC generator basically works on the Faraday's law, which states that the rate of change of magnetic flux is directly proportional to the induced EMF. The magnetic flux can be defined as the product of magnetic field and the area of the conductor which is basically experiencing the magnetic field. Coming back to the AC generator, the AC generator consists of two magnetic poles and a rectangular coil inserted between those two magnetic poles, which consist of two brushes P1 and P2, which derive the output alternating current waveform. So friends, let us see how that alternating current is generated in that rectangular coil and derived from that two brushes, which I showed in the early part of the video. As the mechanical energy is provided to the shaft of the generator, the force or the torque on the shaft of the generator rotates the coil, which is placed in between the two magnets. Rotation of the coil results in the change in the position of the coil with respect to the two magnets placed. Thus, the magnetic flux which is linked with the coil changes due to the change of area of the coil which is experiencing the magnetic field. Thus, the induced voltage and the current changes continuously as a result of the rotation of the coil. Before studying all the stages which are shown in the figure, let's know what basically angular orientation is, which is measured in degrees. The angular orientation of the coil is defined as the angle between the magnetic field and the normal of the area or else the plane of the rectangular coil. Now coming back to the stages, in the stage 1, the plane of the rectangular coil is perpendicular to the magnetic field. This means that the angular orientation is 0 degree. Now this is the formula which is used to calculate the instantaneous value of voltage. According to the formula, when in stage 1 the angular orientation is 0 degree, then the value or else the EMF value is also 0 degree, as E sin 0 is 0. So therefore we plot the induced EMF as 0 near the angular orientation of 0 degrees. And in the stage 2, when the armature or else the rectangular coil rotates through 90 degree and the plane of the armature is parallel to the magnetic field, the angular orientation is basically 90 degree. Thus, the value reaches its peak at the angular orientation of 90 degree. As you can see, the formula indicates that E is equals to E naught sin 90 degree, which is E naught. That is the peak value of the current. And make sure you note that omega is equals to d theta by dt. That makes omega t is equals to theta, which is your angular orientation. Coming back to the stage 3, where the rectangular coil has rotated an angle of 180 degree, and therefore the induced EMF or else the EMF value is what E naught sin theta, that is E naught sin 180, that is 0. So we can plot the value at the induced EMF and the time graph. So now when the rectangular coil rotates through an angle of 270 degree and 360 degree, then the induced EMFs are basically minus E naught and 0, as the coil moves towards the south pole throughout the rotation. Therefore, it induces the negative current. So this is the process of production of the sine waves, one cycle. So thus one rotation of the generator generates one cycle of the alternating current. As the generator coil makes many rotations, thus many cycles of alternating current is formed. In this way, the alternating current is generated. The turbines which are connected to the generator receive the mechanical energy through various means, such as the windmill or the wind power plant, the hydroelectric power plants, the nuclear power plants, or the thermal power plants, etc. From the power plants, the current goes to the step-up transformer, where the value of the voltage is stepped up, and from there the current is being transmitted through the transmission lines, which can transmit the current through long distances without any significant energy losses. This current is carried through transmission lines to a step-down transformer to control the voltage value. From this, we receive the alternating current. From the step-down transformer, the current is carried to our household mains. In this way, the alternating current is brought from the power plants to your household mains. And in this way, your electronic appliances receive the current. So guys, this is my explanation about the alternating current. If you like my explanation, please like this video share the video and subscribe my channel. Thank you.